Welcome to my table. This is Eleanor with Peaches by Starlight Tarot, and we're going to take a look at how others might be seeing you right now. We have the yellow randomal stack 1, the fish stack 2, the black bear stack 3, their timestamp below, and let's go. Alright, stack 1, the yellow guy. Let's see, you have the lovers, 7 of mirrors, the 10 of mirrors, and white. Lighten up. It says this is from the Secret Language of Color deck for that. Alright, so step 1. Instantly, the first thing people notice is going to be your smile. So it's impossible for anyone to see it and not smile themselves. The next thing is your skin. It might be noticeably clear because you stay really well hydrated. Nice skin. So you appear comfortable in your clothes, like nothing clinging or riding up ever. Soft and flowy fabrics that work with you, and maybe sheer ones sometimes. But I'm getting, it kind of reminds me of Claire Danes when she dressed up. She was that angel in the Romeo and Juliet. Anyway, I'm feeling like you may be into crystals and smudging and that kind of thing, and you don't appear to be single. So if you actually are single, people may assume that you're just with someone, because who wouldn't want to be with you? Some people might say that you're a connector, that someone who goes and runs in many circles, and you might often be cross-introducing people across these circles for various reasons. Networking, a connector, they call it, I think there was a name for that, connector or hub person or something like that. But you may have something that you wear in your hair, like ribbons or feathers or flowers, and you seem very whimsical and quirky. Like that one from Harry Potter, which one is she? Luna? But people love your imagination. Maybe they see it in your storytelling or your crafting. The other thing I see there is glamping. A love for the outdoors, but not in the roughing it sense. Some would call you open-minded, and some people would say that you see possibilities and options that other people mostly miss. Overall, you look joyful and fulfilled doing what you love. So even if it's not for a living, you're doing what you love in some capacity. You don't come across as glum or heavy-hearted. And if you do have a bad day, people see you keeping busy with a project and channeling that challenging energy into something to release it, so it doesn't bog you down and darken you in any way. I would also say there's an image of being romantic and dreamy, and also a dreamer. It's like you believe in love and you believe in soulmates, and maybe even you believe in love at first sight, but you exude so much love that even if people don't believe in that you believe, like the skeptics, they don't judge or put you down for it, because your happiness is infectious, just like your smile. I feel like it's normally they might dismiss all that kind of woo stuff, but if it's you talking about it, they'll stop and listen. Yeah, there may be some who would say that your idealism isn't realistic and that your lens is one of maybe inexperience or out of touch, but you're actually pretty grounded. Like the beliefs that you hold are actually rooted in ancient tradition. These other people just might not see how they apply to their idea of the big cruel world, but that's all in their own outlook and their worldview. Your world is a reflection of your beliefs, and so is theirs. So, and they can't see that. They only see from their perspective. So people can sense your peaceful essence. I think there might be a few out there that might think it's due to some kind of privilege, which may be true to an extent if you have, are nice looking or always have a lover available. But really what it is, it's a peaceful environment as a result of that inner peace. The outside reflecting the inside. It's actually the opposite of what they think, that all has arisen out of you, not the other way around. So that's what I have for you, Stack 1. If it was fun or helpful in any way, let me know by hitting that like button, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. All right, Stack 2, the little fish. You have the 10 of stones, the 7 of scrolls, the Hierophant, and from the Secret Language of Color, silver. Okay. Get these straightened up while I think just a second. So the first thing they're showing is your look. I don't always start with the look, but for some reason it's starting there. It's saying that you look younger than you are. And for a few of you, they're showing like those models on TV that have that gorgeous silver hair that's to signify to us that they're of a certain age, but then again, their faces look 30 years younger. If it's not silver hair, I see like surfer blonde, like with slouchy casual clothes. There's probably a name for the aesthetic, but I'm too old to know it. But like tropical prints, airy cuts, swimwear, and for someone out there, for some reason, I'm seeing track pants. I don't know why. Anyway, people definitely see you as tenacious, always expanding your awareness. They might be very impressed by how you've healed yourself from something. And they probably notice your confident posture and are aware that you have a lot of experience behind that posture, that you've earned it. And it also looks like you might be some kind of collector, maybe antiques or vintage stuff. And I'm hearing also studious and artistic. There's a sense that you know things that other people don't, or you see things that they can't see. Because it seems like people watch you make choices that they would consider counterintuitive, and then they see it pay off for you. So they assume that you have some hidden knowledge or some secret that they don't have access to, they're not privy to. And they may say that they see you always on a search for something, whether it's more knowledge, whether it's more awareness, or it could be a thing, like always on the search for a special rare item of some kind. There is admiration for your self-care, for your self-love, and your self-acceptance. Like there may be someone out there that envies your confidence. One of you has been called the comeback kid by somebody. I don't know. I'm hearing that very specifically, the comeback kid. And I'm seeing also metalsmithing, painting, glass blowing, or like the other form of glass, like the dichroic glass or the melted collage type glass. There are people that might call you indecisive, choosing to hold on to things rather than let them go, or make hard cuts or harsh calls. And it can cause things or energy to accumulate. I do see a very a messy, chaotic studio where magic is made, of course. You appear educated and actually experienced enough to be an educator, perhaps an art teacher. There's people that have called you just a big kid or a child at heart, that kind of thing. You may get along better with kids than stuffy, serious adults sometimes because, unless you can find adults that are as quirky as you are or into collecting the same things and talking about their lore, experience the same sense of wonder that you do. If it's not antiques or vintage things, it could be like nature walk finds, special rocks and shells, leaves or flowers to take home to press in a book, or maybe even occasionally the tiny animal might come home in your pocket from time to time. Or like if someone finds a small animal that they know that you're the one to bring it to because it's going to be well loved. So that's what I have for you, Stack 2. And if it helped or was fun in any way, let me know by hitting that like button, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. All right, Stack 3, the Little Black Bear. You have the 10 of Scrolls, the Sun, and the Page of Spirals. That's like the Page of Wands. And then from the Secret Language of Color, you have Indigo. Ooh, okay, wow. Sorry, I'm being a little bit weird. I sound like the Skagsies. Anyway, okay, sorry. The first thing I'm hearing is all eyes on you. So I'm wondering if you use ASL in public or at work or on TV, or maybe you teach it or you're learning it. It just seems like you talk with your hands in some way. I'm also seeing music teacher, especially for kids, like where you teach them hand motions to go with the songs. And for some reason, I'm hearing that song something about this light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I don't remember how it goes or what the song was called, but I'm gonna let it shine. Anyway, gifted, extremely gifted, maybe socially misunderstood because of it, different in some way, special. I mean, all of these, how people see you readings I do, they're all for very special people, but I'm getting that word specifically special. Your most prominent feature is probably your eyes. I feel like they're incredibly expressive. And they speak, maybe as much as your hands do. There's something seductive and fiery, flirty and cheeky. Everything is just so animated, like a stage actor or someone that's in musical theater. You're very persistent and hard-headed. Like you may interview and audition tirelessly, always on. Perhaps you might be one of those people that's been known to burst into song mid conversation. Like if a lyric to a song comes up in a conversation, you'll sing it. But nothing seems to get you down. Every day is a new day for you. There's no grudges. It's just what's next? What's next? And there is some challenge that has you feeling set apart in some way, but it only fuels your fire to overcome, and you do in new ways every day. And you demonstrate that, and you give hope to others because people see that. People admire you and your resolve and your strong will. I feel like you just brighten people's day at the sight of your smiling face, and your optimism rubs off on people. Some would call you an enlightened being, somehow achieving a simplicity that is ironically difficult to master. You might be described as having an offbeat sense of humor, like you weren't always this way and you have had to overcome some darker memories, and it might come out in the occasional awkward joke, but still, you usually have kinder words for others, probably kinder than you have for yourself, and you really see people, which is one more reason they want to be around you. Like I can hear him saying, oh, maybe they'll say something about me that I really need the encouragement right now. Though at the same time, I don't see people being as quick to offer it to you. And I can see that you might feel taken for granted at times, and that may be the case, honestly, because of how strong you show up. The strongest always seem to get overlooked, don't they? The most vital things always just assumed that they'll always be around. So there is a sadness I'm picking up on, but you hide it really, really well, kind of like in a Robin Williams type way. But people don't really see it, so to get the support that you might need, it could take some extra effort. Like high functioners always have to advocate harder for themselves. So that's what I have for you, Stack 3. And if it helped in any way, let me know by hitting that like button, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you.